Hi, this is Suna Senman, and I had just done a video for parents in Swedish before I got my hair done, and then this is it. And I'm going to just recommend my good friend Isa. I don't know if you see that. And she is in Stockholm at Grevturegatan, very close to Stureplan. So that was a little advertising for her that I just do freely because I like to share good things with people. And also, you can do the same if you like what I have to say here, you can share it with others. I'm addressing both teens and their parents because teenage time is a big transition time, going from an identity of being part of a family to finding your own individual identity. And it's probably one of the hardest times because it's almost like going into the darkness to find the light. Because eventually, believe it or not, I'm going to tell you teens this, eventually you will come back to feeling a part of your family as one of the big parts of your identity. And for the parents, you have gone through that time, but oftentimes you forget it. and and sometimes what your child goes through is bringing up an unconscious memory, maybe an unconscious and unresolved trauma that brings up maybe a conscious or unconscious fear and anxiety. And this is a little tricky thing. This is something good to be able to work through. That's why I encourage meditation. And please join my meditations I'm doing at 7 a.m. Eastern time in the eastern west coast of, the east coast of the United States, um, so that you can give yourself a pause to just listen into yourself. That's good for both the teen, the child, and a parent, or for anyone. So, and what happens for parents is that how they experience what their child is going through gets multiplied like 10 times. So, children, be patient with your parents, and parents, be patient with your children. Um, it's nice to have other people that are outside of your family engaged, outside of your immediate family. And sometimes that's a grandparent or an uncle or an aunt or a teacher that can kind of stay more emotionally neutral as you go through difficult situations. Um, I always liked as a parent to discuss situation, just kind of learn from parents that had children just a little older than mine, maybe a couple of years, maybe 4 years, because they were close enough to remembering what they went through with their child at that time and how they dealt with it. And reflecting back, they may have better ways of, better suggestions than how they actually dealt with it as well. Of course, people that are trained professionals like myself use both skills that we worked with and trained for and our personal experience. And a good therapist will use her presence, awareness, and feelings and reactions in the moment in a live dynamic relationship to be a mirror, to be support through challenging transitions. And I call everything a challenging transition. I actually came from the world of diagnosing. I gave diagnosis. I worked with diagnosis. But diagnoses are so fake and so false and so just for pharmaceutical companies and insurances. And you are a brilliant person. You are light. You are creative. You are a unique person. And that's who I want to address. So that's how I work now as a transformation facilitator, or take away the noun. I facilitate transformation. And everything is always changing, always changing. So I could probably do several videos because there's so much involved in this growth and human development that happens from childhood throughout our lives, but especially intense in the transitioning from childhood into adulthood. And parents, you are part of it. I explained in my video in Swedish that you kind of shift your roles as your child is growing. And I gave a metaphor of a car, and that your child is like the driver of the car. This is like, now I'm talking about a teenager, where they have to really kind of drive their road that they're going on to, what their interests are, what they're going to study, what type of person they want to become. And as they're driving and they're behind the steering wheel, you as parents have to become less of the transmission, which is doing the steering, anyway, and I'm not a car mechanic, so car mechanics, you can correct me. But the metaphor is that parents become more like the tires on the vehicle. So as the child wants to change directions or steer where they want to, how they want to build their life, then parents are kind of they're the wheels that follow with the child and support the vehicle and keep the vehicle going in that direction. More than that, though, the young person does not have experience, which is a bonus as well as something that's lacking. The bonus is they're not tainted by past experiences, so they can imagine, envision things that we can't. And then the elder has experience that they can respond to some of the ideas that a child has and say, yeah, I tried something like that, and this is the result I got. Is that the kind of result you would like to get? And work together and tweak out how things go. One thing you need to do is respect each person's desire, inner will, inner calling, you can call it as well, because sometimes a parent just doesn't understand. How could you want to be an artist? That's so unstable. And I went through enough instability in my childhood that I needed to get a profession that I knew I would always be able to work, I'd always be able to make an income, and look what I've been able to provide for you with this. So that's fine. Each person gets to choose their life path. So we need to respect that. Both the child and the parent respect one another in what they've chosen, because we are benefiting from it, each one of us. I just feel like I don't want to go on anymore at this moment. You may contact me. I have a website. It's sunasenman.com, sunasenman.com. And if you'd like to reach me directly, you can email me at suna, S-U-N-A, at sunasenman.com. And we can work out some time to have a free consultation, discuss what you want, and just know that you have lots of support. You have everything you need. You just need to ask. And now I am asking that you have the most wonderful, beautiful day and you find joy in as many moments as you can. Enjoy today.